What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction. Back with some more Bombs Over Providence for the first time in a little bit. Getting close to the end of the album, which was their only proper album, 2005. Shout out again to Chris for sharing this. And as with all the track titles so far, with maybe one exception, which was Broken Record, which I guess that's a pretty straightaway phrase, but like every other title, this title is insane as well. Though, as I've learned, the insane and comedic titles often have some pretty deep, like, social and political commentary undergirding them in the lyrics. But yeah, this is Cobra Constant Committee Bake Sale. So bake sales, they tend to be fundraisers, whether for a school or some organization. Now, Cobra Constant Committee, I don't know, typically things that have cobras are not necessarily friendly or safe, so it doesn't sound like something for a school. It doesn't sound like something related to, like a business that you would normally see and having a bake sale. I will say Cobra, as a kid who grew up in the 80s, it makes me think of G.I. Joe, and if you ever saw that cartoon, you're aware that Cobra was the name of the villainous organization bent on world domination, so maybe there's a connection there. Once again, Chris has shared the lyrics, so I'll check them out after we listen, but on the surface, it's hard to know what to make of it. Again, bake sales are fun public events meant to, not only create a day where people can eat baked goods and socialize with each other, but raise money for whatever the organization, or again, school, business, whatever it happens to be. So yeah, we'll listen, I'll see what I can pick up, and then we'll check out the lyrics. This is Bombs Over Providence from their 2005 album Shake Your Body Politic, and it's called Cobra Constant Committee Bake Sale. Or it would be if I could hit start.
I've been falling harder with this city's decline, and I know I'm not getting any smarter. Every blackened skyline has some failure in mind that weighs on down around quitting time, and we're drinking gulps through subs and no gridlock, trekking for miles, the longest damn street in the world. Although we're young, wide-eyed and crooked tongue, we're sick of our streets, don't know how to love them. Concrete's made us stronger, because one thing's for sure, these pop songs don't come easy anymore. A man's been shooting for leftist orator, but that's concept like town hall jumpers. Sarah just asked Jane about all the lights one does to turn up the volume on neighborhood screens and trees. Two want to paint it red, one till the chief is dead, parading downtown all day every day. So let them bury me anywhere but home, because it's been so long. Don't care where I'm from, I've never been home.
crazy. I expected it to come in with, heavier bass or a louder supporting guitar and bass structure, but it felt like it really did keep the emphasis on the vocals and the lyrics the whole time, and almost had this like punk rock from a music box type, like, you wind it and play it, which is not a criticism. I enjoy the surprising audio quality of it, but yeah, it felt like the drum rhythm and the guitar work was, again, sort of shielded or closed off and just allowed the vocals to be in front of it. So an interesting sonic atmosphere. And what I caught, there were lines about the sky being dark and it wasn't destruction, but it was like failure or something, like raining down. So there was a mixture of, and like on when it was closing time, I think, which, depends on whether you're talking a bar or you're talking about being at work, but it felt like there was a mixture of atmospheric description, maybe metaphor, with occupational and socio-cultural activity. And yeah, there was another line that I'm blanking on. I guess I'll see it in a minute, so it's not crucial for me to try to scour my brain to remember it. But yeah, it did seem like there was a mixture of political, and in fact I heard, it wasn't body politic, but something politic along the way. So it feels like even before I go consult the actual lines, very much in the vein of what we've heard before, where there's some clever, cheeky, like pun usage, but with metaphors and simile speaking to like political, social, and cultural issues. So let's look at it. I did open the email in advance. Excuse me, let me try to scroll down. Okay, Cobra Constant Committee Bake Sale. I've been falling harder with this city's decline, and I know I'm not getting any smarter. Every blackened skyline has some failure in mind that rains on down around quitting time. So it was quitting time, okay? And we drink in gulps, I did hear that, through sobs and old gridlock. So that makes me think, we're talking a bar or someplace where you socialize and drink together. But we drink in gulps through sobs and old gridlock. Trekking for Wiles, that's Wiles, the longest damn street in the world. And although we're young, wide-eyed, and crooked-tongued, we're sick of our streets, don't know how to love them. That was sort of the line that I was recalling, the reference to streets, and we don't know how to love them. Concrete has made us stronger, because one thing's for sure, these pop songs don't come easy anymore. I didn't know it was pop songs. I heard the second part of that line. Our mayor's been shooting for the leftist crater, but that's gone south like town hall jumpers, and I did hear town hall jumpers, but not the rest of it, so I didn't know what to make of that. Hell, I'll just ask Jane Doe about all the lengths one goes to turn up the volume on the neighborhood screams and shrieks, yikes, to want to paint it red until the chief is dead and paraded downtown all damn day. So again, downtown and the streets and the mayor and town hall, lots of references to city infrastructure, but all does not seem to be well, either among the people or the buildings. So let them bury me anywhere but home, because it's been so long. I don't care where I'm from. I've never been homesick as long as I've walked all alone. Just let them bury me anywhere but home, because it's been so long. I don't know where I'm from. Though hallowed, still shallow, this ground couldn't keep my ghost down. Assaults will still permit our poet politic, my it's violet, like the color, or the flower. My violet bruises, grand as sunsets that we missed. We're still, in the question mark, we're still falling for old talk about newer mores, harborfront circus plans where once we took a stand. Again, it's like this abstract, artistic, yet somehow still political poetry. So really interesting lyrics on this one, a bit more opaque than some of the others. Some of the others felt, a bit easier to interpret, or at least meanings that were a bit more on the surface. This one I think really will take some time to digest and consider, but it does seem like we're talking about places and whether people feel like they belong. The idea of, we haven't learned how to love these streets, and not being homesick ever since you left a place and you don't want to be buried there, you just want to walk alone. Sunsets and black skylines and cities decline. So a lot going on, not quite sure how to tie it all together. Let me know if you have an opinion. Shout out once again to Chris, and I will see you next time. Peace.